Good afternoon, everybody. This is Big Mike back here once again. I am sorry for the major delay. And I am here to bring you my own predictions for AEW's Double or Nothing 2021, which comes up this Sunday. Sunday. So, let's predict some matches, and I hope you like the video. First match is a pretty recent addition. I think it was just added yesterday. It's for the NWA Women's Championship as Serena Deeb defends against Riho. Serena Deeb has been dealing with injury for a while. She recently came back on Dynamite last week and defended it in a beautiful match against Red Velvet. Riho's situation is a little different. This is her first match back in the U.S. For a while. She was a part of the Women's Eliminator Tournament in February, where she matched up with Serena Deeb in the first round. I think it was the first match of the tournament, too, actually, in which Riho did end up losing, but it was still a really good match. So this is kind of for a rubber, it's a second match between them. And also Riho has trouble with travel restrictions considering she lives in Japan. So that's why she hasn't been on lately. I think Serena Deeb gets the win here. And then maybe afterwards she gets confronted by... What the heck is her name? Not Thunder Rosa. Maybe Thunder Rosa, but I could also see Camille of the NWA and of Strictly Business coming out for a confrontation. I would love that. Setting up their match. Next matchup on the card, we have a tag team match. Playa, as it's Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, who have been a really good team together, taking on Darby Allin and Sting. Now, the last match Sting had was a bit of a cinematic match. I believe it was at Revolution with Darby Allin against Team Taz. So it wasn't exactly a wrestling match, but that's okay because it was still fun. So this is technically Sting's first in-ring match in front of people in about 6 years, I want to say. Whenever the heck he had that injury because of Seth Rollins. This one is a little bit of a tough one because as much as I want to say, Sting wins here, I also kind of want Sky and Page to get a win here because they've been really entertaining. They've been really good in the ring. But I'm going to say this just because it's Sting's first match back in front of people. I think Sting and Darby Allin are getting the win here. I want to see Sky and Page get something more, something significant. But I think Sting and Allin get the win here. Alright, next match. A one-on-one contest for the TNT title as Miro, the new champion, takes on Lance Archer. Two big, beefy boys going at it. Miro last week beat Darby Allin in a title match, which kind of came out of the blue, and due to interferences by Sky and Page, Miro ended up with the W and the title. And pretty much immediately got challenged by Archer. I'm really excited for this match, and as much as I want Archer to get the win here and get more of a significant push, Miro literally just won this thing. So I'm going Miro. It's Miro Day, baby. Miro being the former Rusev, if you remember him. Next match up we have for the AEW World Tag Team Championships as the Young Bucks take on the Wild Things, John Moxley and Eddie Kingston. John and Moxley have been on a tear lately, terrorizing the Elite. That includes the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega. And ever since the exploding death match, which I really don't want to talk about, that was awful. I think it's still a little bit too soon for the Bucks to lose these titles. As much as I want to see Kingston and Moxley walk away with these belts, I think it's the Bucks who are retaining due to interferences by either the Good Brothers, maybe Nakazawa, maybe Brandon Cutler. So I think that's going to be a heck of a match. Next up, a bit of an out-of-nowhere grudge match, but I'm still kind of looking forward to it, as Hangman Adam Page takes on Brian Cage. Cage got a pretty big surprise win over Hangman Page a couple weeks ago on Dynamite, after Cage decked Page before the match started, so that's kind of under contest. Not the best built match by AEW in a long time, but I'm certain this is going to be entertaining, and I got Hangman Page getting the win here. And yes, I know it's kind of 50-50 booking, but I think Page is going to be the next guy to challenge Kenny Omega, maybe a little bit more down the line. Maybe not right off, but he's going to challenge for it eventually. Next up, we have the Casino Battle Royale, where the winner gets a future World Heavyweight title shot. Participants, we got Christian Cage, coming over from WWE. Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs of Team Taz. Penta El Zero Miedo of Death Triangle. Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, along with Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. Private Party, his team. Oh, also in there, The Blade. Also of, what the heck is his stable name? The Hardy Family Compound? Whatever it's called? I forget. Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, and Preston Vance of the Dark Order. Join the Dark Order. Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. of the Varsity Blondes. Max Caster and Anthony Bowens of the Acclaimed. QT Marshall and Nick Camarado of The Factory. Dustin Rhodes and Lee Johnson of the Nightmare Factory. Along with a mystery opponent. So first I'm going to predict the mystery opponent. A lot of names being thrown out there, from Daniel Bryan, who contract just expired pretty recently. Of course, Brock Lesnar. I've heard Punk. I've heard a whole lot of people. Andrade. But I think the one that would be a lot of fun and kind of make the most sense, Nick Gage. If you don't know who Nick Gage is, he's a deathmatch wrestler. He mostly works for Game Changer Wrestling, which is kind of a big deathmatch promotion. And he recently had a big match with John Moxley. So I think he's going to slide in there. That'd be a fun little, hey, here he is. But the winner, I think I'm going to go out on a little bit of a limb here. I think as much as I want to say Jungle Boy, the one that makes the most sense and would be the most fun to watch, Christian Cage. Christian Cage versus Omega would be a lot of fun, and I don't think Christian Cage would be hurt by a big loss like that. All right, next up, it's singles match. Bit of a grudge match because what's been going on. Anthony Ogogo, ex boxer, is taking on Cody Rhodes. Agano representing the factory. That's QT Marshall, Camarado, Aaron Solo, and Cody Rhodes with the Nightmare Factory. Um, and I'm hoping this is to put over Agogo, who has been, really just just beating people by knockout, honestly. Which has been like, they've been building Agano really well. And the hope here is he can beat Cody, which should happen. Alright, next match. Another singles bout, as it's for the AEW Women's Championship, as Hikaru Shida defends against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Dr. Baker has been climbing the ranks in the AEW, has finally gotten that number one slot, and she's finally getting the title shot. Myself and pretty much everyone in the world thinks she deserves. And on top of that, I think she's going to get a cheeky little win, maybe with the help of her assistant Rebel. And I think we're going to get a new champion. Last match, and kind of a first actually, as it's a triple threat match with the AEW Championship on the line. As we got Kenny Omega, the Cleaner, defending his title against not only Pac, but freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Oh, this match is going to be a whole lot of fun, and it's going to be so good. I cannot wait for this matchup. Unfortunately, I think Pac is going to eat a loss here, and it's going to be still AEW champion Kenny Omega. That is until, Hangman Page gets his shot. Now, what is presumed to be the main event of the evening? We have Stadium Stampede match, only the second in AEW history. It will take place on the Jacksonville Jaguars football turf, I guess. And it will be The Pinnacle, MJF, Wardlow, FTR, and Shawn Spears. Oh, yeah. Against the Inner Circle, Jake Hager, Jericho, Santana and Ortiz, and Sammy Guevara. And there's the stipulation is that if the Inner Circle loses, they must break up forever. These two teams participated in the Blood and Guts match, which was very good, with a little bit of a weak ending, but and then a little bit after that, this match got challenged. Apparently it will be a little bit more serious than the last match, which also included the Inner Circle against the Elite and Matt Hardy. As much as I've enjoyed the Inner Circle's shtick, they've been doing a lot more shticky things as faces, and I am not really digging it that much. So I think it's time to retire the Inner Circle, at least for now. I know eventually they'll get back together, but for now, I think it's time to retire them. I think MJF gets the big win, and we see the Inner Circle go their separate ways. Jericho's probably going to tour with Fozzy. I could maybe see Hager doing something in the TNT division against Miro, although last time they had a match, it didn't look so great. And Santana and Ortiz could finally be pushed a little bit. So, excuse me. those are my predictions for Double or Nothing. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will try to get reactions done next week, but we're kind of pushing it on videos with Loki coming out soon. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. Like the video, share it with your friends, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.